starts in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Salaam Alaikum. Mr. Moderator, our distinguished guests, brothers and sisters, our friends and our enemies.
Wassalam wa sallallahu wa in the name of Allah, and the peace and blessings of Allah be upon His last and final messenger. Family, friends, foes, haters, and hateettes, welcome back to the Feachaz. I greet you all in peace and love with no hatred in my heart. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. So before we begin, please like, please subscribe, and please share. As you know, we got a lot of hella haters up in here, so much. And the dumpster fire, which is known as online dawah, when you think it just can't get any worse, boy, does it ever get worse, man. You know, we've been calling this out from the first time that these YouTubian da'i elites decided that they wanted to invite, you know, social media moguls on their platforms in order to, secure the bag or whatnot. In an age where currency where clout is a new currency, having integrity goes against the grain. Okay, integrity is a thing of the past, and we've been saying for a long time here that even before it happened, that eventually, you know, non-Muslims are going to make the connection between your religion, Islam that is, and the type of characters that you defend. We said this for a long time. So that day is past now. It's here now, okay? And what we're going to do is we're just going to show you a few examples of people who have no history of, you know, calling out Islam or whatnot, or Muslims or things of that nature. They have no history of doing that at all. And the connections, the very clear connections that they are making between Muslims and Sneako and Tate. We said from time that if these guys, you know, took shahada or whatnot, your large YouTubian channel should not be platforming them. They should be helping them in their development as Muslims. They did the total opposite. Not in Islamic history have we ever seen anything like this. You know, there's a story of Dawood, okay, David alayhi salam. And two angels came to him and approached him, right? And they said they're basically testing Dawood, okay? Y'all might know this story, right? And they basically told him, we're here to test you. And the one angel said, this is my brother. I had 100 sheep. I gave him one sheep, but then I took it back. And then Dawood replied, you know, you shouldn't have done that. And then the angels instantly disappeared. Why? Because he didn't listen to the other side of the story. He's supposed to judge between them. Anytime you have any type of dispute in Islam, you have to get both sides of the story. What is happening in 2023 is that Muslims, by the millions, have voluntarily entered themselves into the echo chambers of the enemy. And the Prophet ﷺ, he said that I'm telling you for sure that you will follow the footsteps of those who came before you, arm span by arm span, step by step, and inch by inch, that even if they went into a hole of a lizard, you would follow right behind them into that hole, right? And he was asked, "You mean the Jews and the Christians?" He said, "Yes. Who else?" We used to think, because we used to hear khutbas, lectures of this all the time about this particular hadith, like regularly, and we thought maybe it's following the Christians and the Jews in terms of, sins and being weak in faith and whatnot, and just being in awe because they are in positions of power. We used to think that. Now we know that's not the case. Now we know that this is an ideological following, because you're literally following these Jews and these Christians and trying to Islamify what the Jews and Christians are trying to tell you ideologically. Muslims are pigeonholing themselves into this left-right paradigm. They are circles trying to be squares in this puzzle. And because of that, you find them even in the streets protesting LGBT, and we don't know who is organizing these protests. So all over social media, Muslims by the thousands are defending Andrew Tate, calling him innocent, all kind of stuff, without even looking at the evidence. And now the day of reckoning has arrived, because the amount of non-Muslim channels that are now speaking against Muslims, I've never seen anything like this. People who have no qualm with Islam, none whatsoever, like none, right? They had no issues or no problems with Islam. All of a sudden, they're coming out by the droves to speak against Muslims directly. So we're gonna watch a few of these here. Just let me just cue this up. 1 second, y'all. Now I'm gonna play one of these here. This is the first one. This is what happens when you take your marching orders from YouTube and that elites. When you take your marching orders from YouTube and that, this is what happened. Instead of following scholars, you follow influencers. In an age where clout is currency, of course you're going to be misled. Of course he will. Like, what do you think is going to happen? 1 second, y'all. Where is this? Where's the thing? Okay, here we go. There we go. All right. One second. I made a mistake here. Did I make a mistake? Yes, I did. 1 second. Where is this thing? Remove. Let's try this again. 1 second, y'all. Sorry, man. I apologize. 1 second. Here we go. There we go. There it is. Okay. There we go. Okay. Let's play this, y'all. Let me just speed it up a bit. No, I'm not speeding it up. It'll be too fast. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, I think, I don't know. Maybe he just doesn't have a community. Maybe he didn't have good people to look up to in his life. Or maybe he had a really hard time gathering important things from people. Maybe he only ripped the dumber things, right? Like the Patrice O'Neill swinger party thing, and then the Fresh and Fit kind of the Surface Red Pill, and then the Zerka whatever this is, and now the Fuentes it feels like if you dig away through everything, I don't know how much of Sneako actually exists. Like, what is Sneako? Like, what is to the core of his character? Like, is there anything in there that he's ever spent time considering before? It feels like when he was younger, it feels like there was, but I guess I don't understand 100% how he was so quick to let all of it go. And he just become like a notepad for everybody else to scribble on. But I'm
because
not sure.
Sneako never left the swinger party. Now he's just
Yeah.
getting by every other political ideology, and they're all just taking turns.
True. But also, I don't even think that was it. I feel like if Sneako had never done that swinger thing, I think he would be at about the exact same spot in life. I don't think that. I know that like people attack him a little bit, but I don't think that was it. I wonder if, and I don't know, and I can't know, but I wonder if in the background, if stuff with his family was affecting him a lot. I'm not sure. Like Sneako privately is a very interesting person. So like for instance, the types of girls that Sneako is most attracted to are actually almost identical to the types of girls that I'm attracted to, but his ideology hates them, right? Like I'm attracted to intelligent, like kind of high self-esteem. Like these types of girls are the ones that I'm attracted to. When you look at who he was dating, like privately, like the I don't know how much is publicly known, but like the last girl that he did the swinger party with, she fit the bill on that perfectly. Xena
Right.
is like a very aggressive. She's a little sympathy, but she's like a very aggressive, very opinionated girl. But like even though privately he tends towards that, publicly he's got so much pressure to find like bimbo 18-year-old virgin dip, and so like so he's got this weird like private public persona that is like completely and totally opposite for each other. I don't know. Yeah, I'm not sure why. I don't know what happened. I wonder if it's family stuff or what. But I don't know him personally enough to dig into his personal life to figure out like what went wrong.
Yeah, I think what you said in regards to I don't know. There was something that stuck out to me. Maybe this was just a very bizarre thing.
Mhm.
It almost makes the person stop to seem like a real person to me a little bit. But when he was talking about or when she was talking about the fact that he was hiding the fact that he was dating her for his image, and he was telling her like he couldn't be seen with her in public. To me, I don't know why, but it just made him seem super phony.
Yep.
Because of how openly he was preaching to everybody about living his truth and being this and this and that. The fact that he had a girlfriend that he was hiding because he knew it was bad for his image tells me that he knows he's a fraud deep down inside.
Not girlfriends, because I'm pretty sure he was private with the Maria for a lot longer than people realized, and he was private with the Zine. I don't know how many others he's hidden. I mean, I could start asking around to find out. But I mean, I know he's hidden like his sexual escapades. But no, that is pretty. It's pretty sad. Yeah.
No, I just think if you're going to be that person who's going to be that hyper judgmental about everyone and how they run, it's just so fascinating that you out here just lying about your girlfriend.
Yeah.
That you lying about your mate. You're telling everybody, don't wipe up these Instagram, this, that, da, da, da. But you are privately telling these Instagram that you are, you
love them and
that you love them and that they're your girlfriends. But publicly you lie. It's just like, and you claim you're about yourself improving this and that. But it just sounds like you're doing PR. That's what it really sounds like when you really do things. I think I don't even think that because the person I remember was very open about his insecurities, very open about his imperfection, his want for clout, and and it was very human, which I think is beautiful in a way. But now it just seems like he's more about maintaining his image and still lying about the fact that he has those insecurities rather than just admitting to it. Like the human part about Sneako, which I think most people is what they grew to like, I think is kind of slipping away for this image of the masculine man he wants to
be. Or has slipped away for a while. If you watch him on shows, I don't know if you notice this, he even tries like not to laugh. Like he tries so hard to sit there and look like stoic and holding frame. Like that's how much of a persona that he like tries.
It's hard to laugh when you're doing the Diamond Andrew Tate pose. You got to maintain frame the whole time, be super serious. The fact that he adopted the guy's hands is so cringe to me. There's an element of like follower that he exemplifies so hard whilst trying to be a leader at the same time. I think there's a part of him that wants to lead and like be seen as one, and that all of his actions just make him come off as a bit corny.
Yeah,
when I see him there holding his hands like a diamond and being like, "Gosh, is this changing your whole body frame because you hung out with Andrew Tate once? It's making that."
Yeah, and I don't even I don't necessarily fault like the exploration, like he's a kid, but it's just like trying to do that exploration while also so confidently and smugly passing judgment on every other person and telling everybody else how horrible they are and how righteous you are and blah blah blah. It's like, bro, come on, like you can't like explore, figure out, that's fine, But like, this is a religion you've been a part of for like 3 months. How are you about to tell other people that you've discovered like absolute truth and then pass judgment on everybody else's degenerate lifestyle? Like, no, and he always does this too. And it also goes into like the picking the religion. He's like, pick the religion, and now he's trying to use it as a shield. Like, I was like, oh, people are attacking me because I'm Muslim. Like, no, they're not, bro. They're thinking you're a corny hypocrite. Like, no one gives that you're Muslim at all. Literally, nobody cares. I have never in my life seen somebody be like, oh, Sneako's so because he's Muslim. What they're saying is, you say you're Muslim, but you don't know any of the core tenets of Islam. You probably have never read a Quran in your life, except for what you've seen like in a YouTube video. And then you obviously every single part of your life is contrary to the purported values that you claim to like cherish so much now. And it's only when you can like do it for clout, right? Like if he can have 2 girls on him on stream, he'll do it because he knows that clouts him up, even if it's like haram. Or, asking people for drugs to do work, or, having threesomes with girls because he likes the sexual promiscuity, like all that. It's just, it's just cringe. I don't know.
That's the first one, okay? We're just getting warmed up, okay? I think I showed this one last time too, okay? But this one is kind of, tame compared to what we're about to see, okay? That's Destiny, one of the more popular streamers online right now, and that's what he said. Now we're gonna watch some other ones, okay? Mind you, none of these people talk about Islam is not their thing, right? But they are talking about Islam because the Muslims have aligned themselves with Sneako and Tate.
Bro, why are you beefing with me?
Right? So we're gonna watch another one. This is another popular YouTuber out of Canada, right? All these things I just found randomly. Okay, I'm gonna speed this one up. All right, let's get this going here. 1 second, yo. Let me just speed this one up.
Actually, hold on. I'll go to the next one. Daddy's old number. Charming. Charge your phone, Nico. You're not in USA. You got to stay on point, Daddy. Can you get MDMA? Absolutely. Coming back tomorrow night. Oh my gosh. Okay, so you want me to get you that? Got you. Here, nothing cut. Okay, I'll text you when I have it so you can see. How much do you want? 4. So you want X, not powder them. So this is one thing I've been asking her for drugs. I can get Adderall. Yeah, 20 or 30 milligrams. 30 is strong. 30, you got some. Need to edit. Okay. Just to prove that he did ask for drugs. Now, do you think that I care about Sneako doing drugs? Not at all. I don't give a flying. I just think it's really cringe to I just think it's cringe to deny these things. I don't know why you would do that.
Was a chess grandmaster.
Okay, hold on.
Was a chess grandmaster, and he was traveling around the world playing chess to go and make a little bit of money.
Tate. All right, pure nothing cut. Let me defend blah, 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 blah. That's Mel on him. She then accuses Sneako for lying about no longer interacting with the girl that cucked him. So for those of you who don't know, Maria, to be honest, sweet Maria. I thought Maria, his former girlfriend, met her in September. I'm not saying she's perfect. I'm not saying she's never done any wrong. She was a sweet little creature, okay? Just adorable, like just such a catch. She's super attractive. She's really smart. And they were like on and off again for years. You could tell that these two, like, they clearly like loved each other. I'm not saying it wasn't a messy relationship or that it was healthy for either of them, but I would say it was like a very real relationship. But when Sneako talks about his like cuck story or whatever, I believe it was Maria who he did this with. So that's what we're talking about here. I mean, I'm guessing Zeno probably doesn't like Maria. Let's talk about how you took Maria to Japan, the one who cucked you. Mister, I haven't seen this girl since that incident, but visited her twice in New York City and then took her to Japan. And I had to help clean up and banned her name in the Discord and anyone posting okay, I'm in the Sneako Discord. I haven't been kicked out yet. I'll have to hop in there later. I'm super curious to see if I try to like spam it, if it'll work. Was it the same girl from when you got? Yeah, that was Maria. I don't know when the cuck story was, but if it was before I met them in September in Miami, then he's definitely seen her before. They were like dating forever. Yeah. And so apparently he also took her to Japan. I'm not surprised. They've been super like on and off again for like years, is my understanding of their relationship. All right, so Zeno says, new post today. I am alpha widowed. I am broken. I am soulless and tormented. No, I'm not okay. I feel like someone has just died. But I've only this to say, he's a good guy. He lights up any room where he enters, and he's truly passionate in his art. But nobody's perfect, and everyone makes mistakes. He's still growing, and there's going to be a lot of mistakes along the way. Nobody brainwashed me. I wasn't manipulated and forced to do anything I didn't want to do. I loved being able to help. I fell in love with somebody I thought was a leader, someone I cared about, somebody I looked up to, someone who inspired me. I'm a better person because of him. Somebody who made me laugh when I was at my lowest and uplifted me. Someone who didn't let me victimize myself about the past. Told me that there was only the future to look forward to and that my past doesn't matter. Told me I was a good person. Someone who had deep talks about spirituality and God and philosophy with me. Someone who encouraged me and my writing and art. Someone who made me question every step I took if it were the right one. I don't know if that was real. I don't really care anymore. It felt real and it had real effects to my life and character. I didn't want to lose that. I think I've come a long way thanks to the people around me and haters against him just because I'm heartbroken. I'm sorry that I shared information about some of the sins that should have never been addressed in the first place to defend a friend that was being called a liar for sticking up for me. That wasn't okay. Yes, it was. Just to be clear, somebody just actively lying about their image all the time, and then when a person calls them out on it, them doubling down and lying, you outing them for the lies isn't a bad thing necessarily at all, especially when all this is going on publicly. I'm sorry that Adderall and MDMA, I never actually see him take any drugs either. He could have asked for that stuff for any one of his friends. Who knows? Truly. I mean, maybe he got it for his dog or his cat. He's just a good guy, okay? He's just a good guy. Who knows? Only I would know more, and I will not confirm anything that will go against him. The only thing I wanted to clear up, I'll be the one who shares any more damaging information about somebody I care about for any reason. The only thing I wanted to clear up is that I am not some random pen pal who randomly latched onto somebody without encouragement from him. I may never speak to this man ever again, and that truly sucked, and I get it. Myron says it all the time. Men and women cannot be friends. I have to accept that. He built an amazing community that I was fortunate to be a part of, such as the Creativity Kit and Discord. And the type of people he attracts are good people. Circle of friends, business are all humble. And genuine people who have reached out and sent their condolences. These are not evil people, and neither is he. I respect that he wants to be true to Islam and follow the Quran the right way. Dating is haram. Inshallah, he finds his 18-year-old unvaccinated virgin Muslim wife, and inshallah, she loves him as deeply as I do. Jesus fuck. Amen. Inshallah, yes. Amen. Peace be upon him.
Did y'all hear that? Just in case you missed it, this is not so erudite, by the way.
She loves him as deeply as I do.
Look at here.
Dating is haram. Inshallah, he finds his 18-year-old unvaccinated virgin Muslim wife, and inshallah, she loves him as deeply as I do. Jesus fuck. Amen. Inshallah, yes. Amen. Peace be upon him.
Now, why is she clowning Muslims? You know why? Because not even a couple of weeks before this haul went down, Sneako was out on the streets making dawah on the streets. With who? Put it in the chat, please. Put it in the chat who Sneako was on the streets making dawah with. Who was...
And genuine.
Which big platforms, multiple mind you, were just platforming Sneako, you know, even after the cuck story, you know. Thank you. And they recently put out another video, Sneako and Uthman Farouk. Sneako breaks down how Uthman Farouk makes dawah and stuff like this. Not to mention who always put him on to begin with, the three Muslims. This is after he made dawah, okay? All these stories that you're hearing are not old stories. All these stories are after he made dawah on the streets with Uthman Farouk. So is the problem Sneako, or is the problem those people who are platforming Sneako? Sneako's going to do what he does. He just took Shahada or whatnot. Why would you platform him? And top of that, tell him to come out on the street. I mean, you just became Muslim yesterday. Come out and make street dawah? Are you kidding me?
People who have reached out and sent their condolences. These are not evil people, and neither is he. I respect that he wants to be true to Islam and follow the Quran the right way. Dating is haram. Inshallah, he finds his 18-year-old unvaccinated virgin Muslim wife, and inshallah, she loves him as deeply as I do. Jesus fuck. Amen. Inshallah, yes. Amen. Peace be upon him.
Oh, it just gets way worse. Trust me. Okay? That's just another one. Okay? I'm just letting it play out so y'all can see. I'm not giving my commentary. Y'all gonna see for yourself today that the Feachaz was not messing around. Y'all go learn. Before somebody come out and say, hold up,
wait a minute, something ain't right.
Like, who does that, man? Never in my life have I ever seen any craziness like that before. Never. Go through any Dawa, whatever, from 10 years ago and see if you find anything remotely close to what's going on today. Oh, we're not done, family. We're not done. We're just getting started. Believe me, there's many more than this. And these are the ones who are tame. We haven't talked about the Muslim haters. These people we're showing right now, they don't hate Islam. They are making that connection. And if it wasn't for your YouTubian that elites going so hard for Sneako and Andrew Tate, we wouldn't be seeing this right now. But look at here. Let's pull out another one. 1 second, yo.
So what makes you done with it this time?
1 second, yo. Look at this one. You ain't gonna believe this one, man. This is Destiny again. We'll pull up Destiny again. 1 second. This one won't be too long. Check this out, y'all.
To go fence it and talk about.
Let me just slow this down so y'all can hear it. Okay, yeah, it's slowed down already. Okay, it's on normal speed.
Both sides. Not only will they avoid any conflict, but even online at this point, if you bring somebody in that can challenge them to a debate and that goes against everything, who's going to expose them for their beliefs, they leave the call. They can't even.
You are in the ultimate hug box. That if you insult Islam, these people will tell you they don't want to kill you. It is the ultimate snowflake. Muslims are the ultimate snowflake online. And you're going to sit here and pretend to be upset about blue-haired losers online getting mad and running from debates? Oh my God. Neither of these motherfuckers have ever opened a Quran in their life. And they're sitting here sipping for a religion that will murder people if you disagree with them.
Even be in an interaction with.
Did y'all hear that? Y'all got that, right? That anything that he's saying, look at here. You know where he's learning this stuff from? He's learning this because he's talked to so many Muslims online, because Muslims are running, like the most ignorant, vile Muslims are running to defend their Zaddy Tate, including Sneako. And now your YouTubian Dai elites have given the people who hate Islam all the ammo that they need. They have the ammunition that they need. They gave it to them voluntarily for capping for these folks so hard. The second, and I mean the second, you start talking to one of these knuckleheads saying, look, Tate, he's like just a notorious liar. They start losing their minds, and it's just pure
emotional damage.
They can't control themselves. They cannot control themselves. It's crazy what they're doing out here, man, in these YouTube streets, man. It's nuts. Like, how y'all do all this stuff? But the thing is that scholars can't compete with online clout. There is now a method to bypass actual scholars. It's called social media, right? So the most shocking one that I saw was the one that came out today, is why I wanted to do this live, right? This one was very shocking to me because this person has no history whatsoever talking about Muslims or Islam or whatever, and they have a really good investigation process concerning Andrew Tate. All right, so just give me a moment. Let me just pull this up. This is what these dudes are doing now. They're making a pure mockery of Islam, talking about they're making dawah, man. These guys are dangerous, bro. These guys are dangerous. Okay, this is the next one, y'all. Abba, the ex-Muslim, will never be fair to Muslims. Abba didn't say anything. Abba did not say anything, Sister Earthy Nomad. Earthy Nomad. He did not say anything. It was Destiny who was talking, right? I've never heard Abba ever say anything against Islam. Period. And as a matter of fact, when Destiny started saying that, Abba tried to change the subject. So, right? But all of this is not caused by Abba or Destiny, or they're not the causative. It's your YouTubians who are the cause of this. Make no mistake. Nobody forced them to platform these folks. No scholar would do something. No self-respecting scholar would do such a thing anyways. Right? But so they're all working on their own because, again, clout is the new currency. Okay? Attention is being monetized. Let's watch this, y'all. Look at this. This one here is crazy, man. Okay, so hide your kids. If you got kids, I'll give you a minute to hide your kids because there's some, choice words in this one. It's not very long. Right? But hide your kids. Turn down the volume. Don't get your wives mad at you. Okay? Watch this, y'all. This is crazy, man. This MilkBar TV, y'all. Look, y'all read that, please. Read that. Okay? What does it say? When you get engaged to a Muslim woman, you don't have to worry about pictures from her past appearing on the internet. Alhamdulillah. Wow, Sheikh Tate. Sheikh Tate. Wow, mashallah. This is why people are clowning Muslims everywhere now. You are the goddamn Matrix, man. Just shut the hell up, man. You are the Matrix. Like, what are you talking about, Cypher? The Matrix is you. No sound? Did y'all hear that or no? You know what I'm saying? Royal Generals. He put people's daughters online, man. You didn't hear that one? Okay, let me just do it again. 1 second, y'all. Let me just do it again for you. I don't know what happened there. 1 second. We'll go again. 1 second, y'all. Hide your kids. Hide your kids. Choice words coming up. Let's do it again. We'll play it out. 1 second, y'all. Let's do it again. What the heck? How is it still no sound, man? Can y'all hear me? It's still no sound. What is going on, bro? The Matrix is after me, man. What the heck? Are you serious? Still no. Let me just do this, y'all. 1 second. Do this one more time. Because really, the clip is not that long, right? 1 second, y'all. That's crazy. The Matrix is silencing us, bro. The Matrix is silencing. That's crazy, man. Y'all heard that one? Oh my gosh, man. Okay. But at least you saw the tweet, though. At least you saw that, right? I'll leave the link to MilkBar TV to that clip in the description, inshallah, man, so y'all can see it for yourself. But there are many of these channels doing this stuff, right? People who have no history of clowning Muslims or clowning Islam or anything like that, and that's what they're doing. This is MilkBar TV. This is MilkBar, and he didn't say anything against Muslims per se, but he used Andrew Tate's shielding himself with Islam in order to, show that this guy's a liar. And it's only and you know how many Muslims are online out here defending Tate, like just defending him, like undying love. Not reading the case, not looking at the case at all. Same thing with Sneako. Sneako, he'll go out and make dawah today and have a threesome tomorrow. Like, what in the world, man? What in the world? And none of your YouTubian Da'i elites, none of them has said anything about this stuff. Not a single one. They haven't talked about the Tate case. They haven't talked about Sneako's escapades. The only thing they care about is getting them on their channels, because that's where their loyalty lies. Their loyalty is in the chasing of the clout. That's it. When you're standing up for the truth, you're not going to have a large following. It's like next to near impossible. You know what I mean? You have to kiss the ring and suck the appendage, and you know what I mean, and bend over and take it in the cavities and all kind of stuff. Make sure your orifices are available for gratification. You've got to be kidding me. That can't be true. You cannot. That can't be real. Andrew, Josh is saying that Scamuel compared Andrew Tate and to Julian Assange and Martin Luther King. Like, what? How? How is that possible? The link's in the chat, y'all. Who wants to hop on? I'm not gonna be here for very long, so hop on if you want to jump on this. Right? I don't know where there's so many Muslims out here are fans of Tate. I want them to hop on and catch the smoke. Get out of town. Get out of town. So did I play that part? It's in the debate with Daniel had with Destiny. Oh my gosh. It's surprising, but not really, because Scamio's like that. You know what I mean? He's but right now, these Muslims now, they're the vast majority. These ones who are involved in this ideological warfare that ain't got nothing to do with us, right? But they stuck their feet in their hats in. You know what I mean? And now they want to include us in their whatchamacallit, their nonsense. You get me? So the main thing is to follow the advice of the Prophet, avoid these people. Do not get involved in these things, man, because there's too many of them. There's way too many of them. And they think that their numbers, Allah's impressed with their numbers. You get me? Salaam Alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Brother Josh, how you doing, man?
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we got loud and clear, man. What you got for us, bro?
Yeah, I just wanted to comment on what I said, but that I think you put it up on your channel a little while ago. I haven't been around consistently for a while, but in that very debate, Jew was he was likening Tate's imprisonment and struggle with the silencing of Assange and MLK. He literally did it in that debate.
Daniel is not only absurd and obnoxious, but he is a very bold as well, right? Because this is the same Daniel Hakikachu who tried to essentially sully the reputation of Martin Luther King by putting out the FBI documents of his sexual infidelities and saying, "Well, we can't look what these guys are." At the same time, promoting Andrew Tate, an admitted pimp. He has no morals, like none. The guy is.
You know what he reminds me of? He's like a really sleazy lawyer off of like SVU, Law and Order or something. That's what he kind of reminds me of. He'll take the most ridiculous argument to defend his points or his idols.
Yeah,
and that's exactly what he did in that debate. He used the most ridiculous type of hypothetical, hyperbolic kind of views. He even went so far to say that maybe Tate is just playing a role, like he's just playing a role. This isn't really how he is. He's just playing it up for his audience, kind of justifying that, all the stuff he said about the sex trafficking and all that. So he was trying to say, oh, he's just playing a role. But then Destiny was like, oh, how do you know he's not playing a role about being Muslim? And then Daniel's like, oh, well, we take his word when someone says they're Muslim. But I can't remember the acrobatics he did, but
yeah,
those are kind of ridiculous. But he got destroyed in that debate. But yeah.
I didn't even watch the whole thing. Because I was looking, just trying to find out what's going on with the Tate trial since he got out of the house arrest. And the second that he played that video, remember when Andrew Tate, he did this viral video, the judge looked at this and it said it's all BS, let him go, right? The second he said, like, this man is lying. Like, what a liar, bro. Yeah. What a liar. You're just not in the house arrest. You're not free to go. The judge would have made that public and had it in writing and everything. You know what I mean? If you were free to go. Right? She just said that you're not, or whoever, male, female, whatever, just said you're not under house arrest and you still have restrictions on your movements. So what are you talking about, man? But Muslims, they went wild with that one. So that's why I ended up in this rabbit hole, finding all this other stuff, right? Just by fluke, I wasn't looking for it. It just ended up in my lap, right? So because these YouTubians now have gotten to the habit of inviting people who have really nothing to do with Dawah or Islam or anything like that for the sake of building up their channels and their platforms. They just put any old, khabith, filthy person on as long as they have a large following. That's going to catch up very, very, very fast because there's a lot of them now. There's more than what I put out, many more.
Yeah, that's the criteria now. I mentioned in the comments that knowledge is no longer the metric that gives us credibility as Muslims. It's the YouTube or social media clout. So that's why we see hijab, Ali Dawah, Jew, all these people. Hijab had like interviews with them, and there's so many Muslims on social media, Twitter, YouTube, like they just defend these guys. So yeah, it's definitely the Muslims that started it. Large part, a very vocal minority that, excuse me, have spoke against it, unfortunately. So yeah, that's what's popping up in the algorithm now. Probably why it's popped up in your lap.
Yeah, exactly, man. Like, what is happening here, man? Daniel Hakikachu himself, he's the echo chamber for the alt-right from the Muslims, right? So that's why he those points that you're bringing up when he debates, because he is the echo chamber, he has no actual evidence, just a bunch of talking points. He's not looking for evidence. He's just looking to prove his point by any means necessary. He's not looking at actual evidence. And he's on the top of that, he's a liar, right?
He's a complete liar.
Mm-hmm.
And he'll only use like his Western neoliberal studies or he'll cherry pick those to kind of prove whatever point he's trying to do, even if it's a total lie of a study or misrepresentation of it. That's been called out recently in some of his stupid debates.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's an absolute clown show right now. It's totally ridiculous.
Yeah, and the issue is because so many it's mostly the immigrant Muslims I find that are really into this stuff. I don't know too many black Muslims who really care like that, right? But the immigrants, they're really, really, really into this stuff, right? And they try to share it all the time. You know what I mean? And because so many of them are so this generation coming up was so heavily involved in social media, they actually take this like it's the Quran itself. You know what I mean? They don't argue with ayat or hadith. They argue with, ideological points that Muslims brought to them.
Yeah. They don't argue with Quran or hadith at all. It's totally stuff from the alt-right or manosphere. That's become the criterion of truth and falsehood for them.
Yeah, it's ridiculous, man. But okay, family, I'm about to bounce now. Inshallah, I want to go break my fast. Okay. All right. So thanks for joining me. Thanks for hopping up on, Josh. Hayakumullah. Go ahead.
Real quick, Sheikh, is your channel monetized again?
Yeah, they monetized it back again. Alhamdulillah. Yeah, I'm back monetized. And also, since I got you guys online, all of y'all, before you guys go, please subscribe to my Rumble, okay? Please subscribe to my Kick. Please subscribe to my Odyssey. It won't take you a few seconds, right? Because we can't just rely on YouTube, because this I have every single week now. It seems like they trying to boot me out, kick me out, all kind of craziness, man. It's like you know what I mean? It's just nuts, man. And I'm not even doing anything like terrible, like I'm just anyways. You know how it is, bro. Like you just. But let me just get to these comments. Once there, don't go yet. Let me just get to these comments here. Many immigrants, Muslims, faces, imams, etc., have aligned themselves with the alt-right. Yeah, of course, all in the name of going against liberals when the so-called conservatives hate them just as much. I was mentioning that, this alt-right paradigm, the reason why you don't find black Muslims involved in it like that is because we don't care. We're not subject to having our visas revoked or being shipped back to some other country after we came here as refugees or immigrants or anything like that. We know what the game is very, very well, right? So because these immigrants they got let in to these Western countries because of whiteness, their whole journey is to be close to whiteness. You get me? So 30 years now they're liberal. 30 solid years, right? As soon as the kids got their passports and their citizenship and their birth certificates and everything like that, now that there's kids out here being conservative, right? And they're just rolling with anything that's trending. So if Andrew Tate is trending, they're just gonna follow him because it's trending. They want to be in. You know what I'm saying? Islam is now an ethnic group. It's not like a religion of truth anymore. You get me?
Yeah,
So
pretty much.
that's why they act like that. Yeah, go ahead, Josh.
No, you pretty much hit the nail on the head. Muslims online, especially particularly the immigrant Muslim bloc of people, just kind of following the trends. Red pill manosphere stuff became popular, so they start to eat it up. It's starting to, recently with about the fresh and fit getting demonetized. It's kind of a beginning of the end for these guys. So
oh yeah,
the trend is about to make a bit of a 180. So they're gonna, like spineless cowards, change their positions quietly. They're not gonna come out and say it. So we're gonna see things from the YouTubian Dawa elite not mention the backtracking their positions or anything. They're just gonna quietly walk it back. Not talk about it. It's just pathetic. And but the black grassroots remembers.
Yeah, alhamdulillah, 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 so for us, even for me talking about that, I think I personally don't like to talk, me already, right? I don't like to talk about it. The only reason I'm talking about it is because the people are talking about it. Otherwise, I wouldn't even cover this topic. It's ridiculous.
It's the main news for Muslims online. It's totally ridiculous.
It's ridiculous.
They totally bought it hook, line, and sinker. So, unfortunately, that's the trend. So I don't blame you for talking about it.
If Muslims can be this easily duped by a Tate or a Sneako or whatever, they can be. Imagine when the Dajjal comes. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
Imagine when the Dajjal comes. You're going to be like Tate himself. He, like I said, I always say this and I'll keep saying it. Tate and Sneako, they're not the problem. The problem is, how are they being platformed on large Muslim channels? Like, how is this even a thing? That's the main issue. How you invite a Daniel Hakikachu to come and make dawah on your AIM conference and things of this nature? This is ridiculous. It's crazy, and it's irresponsible. And it's definitely a sign of the times, right? But I'll let you get the last words in there, Josh, and then we'll call it a night, inshallah.
No, that's all. Appreciate talking with you, Sheikh, again. Look forward to watching you further, but I'll definitely subscribe to you on Rumble.
Jazakallah
khair. And look forward to more of your content soon, inshallah.
Jazakallah khair. Inshallah, we're getting into a rhythm now, right? And I'll be putting out more lives and more content, inshallah. As you see, we're being pretty steady now. I kind of got like all the equipment going, and so hopefully we can just push this stuff out, man. But we want to get into more deeper topics. That's the main thing, man. Instead of talking, instead of talking about these buffoons. This is like, honestly, it's beneath us. It is beneath us, but it's a necessary evil because, if no Muslims stand up for the truth, then there will be no defense when the fallout happens, and it already started to happen. The fallout, as you can clearly see, the fallout started, and we predicted this all the way back last year. We predicted this was going to happen when Andrew Tate was being invited to all these platforms. But anyways,
yeah, it's important to draw the lines between them and us. That we weren't with this general body of idiots propping these guys up. Like we've been saying this for a long time, that they're obviously outside the norm.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, not even outside the norm, like total obvious grifters.
Yeah,
But
very clear.
the main body of Muslims online have supported them
Mm-hmm.
blindly.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we got to make it clear we're not the same.
Yep. So when if their Amir al-Mu'mineen gets convicted, it's over, man. It's over. It's going to be very bad if the next Khalid bin Walid there gets put in jail there. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. But Jazakallah khair. Thanks everybody for joining me. Jazakallah khair. Like, subscribe, share, and please subscribe to my Kick. Subscribe to my Odyssey. Subscribe to my Rumble. Jazakumullah khair. Subhanakallah bihamdik. Shalla ant wa astaghfiruka wa atubu ilaik. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.